Welcome back, everybody, to the Birdies and Bourbon Show. Dan, no rain delays today, even though we are coming to you from or on Tuesday after the Players Championship. I feel like that was a long but exciting weekend, man. I mean, I'd like to say we had a lot of golf. I think we have more delays than we did golf, actually. But which we may see. I think there's already quite a few WDs this week in heading to the west coast of Florida. But let's throw another strip on the Bobby, mate. G'day.
So I'd say congrats to you on JT winning the 2022 Players Championship, and congrats to Cam Smith on the 2023. It was that long. It was like we had two tournaments in one here. But no, congrats to Cam Smith. We've been on him for a while now. We were huge fans, and man, he is pulling it out. And good. I'm a huge fan. Yeah,
huge fan. I think BB and I were on Instagram. I don't know, some time ago. Well, maybe after he won the TOC, and called it. I mean, wouldn't surprise me at all to see Cam Smith toting the green jacket. Or do you think they allow mullets in the country club at Augusta?
That's a good question. Do they allow mullets? And how is the fishing in them ponds around there?
Oh, I hear the fishing's great. Keep them freshly stocked. So yeah, we shall see. I don't know. It was an interesting tournament, to say the least. Definitely took a toll on its people. I think we saw a few people talking about the tournament kind of lost the folks running it lost the integrity of the golf tournament, and some of the conditions may have been a little spotty. We'll get into some a little bit more controversial things as we hit it into the hazard over here. But yeah, I mean, I was a little surprised in some of the performance there, and I wasn't surprised by my one and done pick, JT. I was a little disappointed that I think he finished 33rd. So could have gotten a little more out of JT here. I may have been a week premature. And heading looks like he's showing up to the Valspar. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm sure I just told you who your one and done is for the week. But yeah, I mean, who surprised you? Cam Smith, was he the most surprising player for the tournament, or somebody else?
No, I wouldn't say Cam Smith was the most surprising. Again, I've been a big fan of Cam Smith for a while. He finished second last year at Augusta, and he's been playing great. He won the Tournament of Champions in Hawaii to start the season off, and we've had kind of big plans for him all year. And he's just been playing great golf and been able to close and play well. I wasn't surprised at all. So I was surprised on 17 though. And he said he hit it at the bunker and he pushed it a bit. And I was like, there is no way he meant to go like 5 yards to the right of that flag. No way. What were your thoughts on that one?
If he pushed it just enough and not too much. But no, I think with the lead coming into 17 that he had, I don't know that was probably a little more. The line was probably a little more aggressive than intended, but the good news is when you're striking the ball that good, you can afford those misses.
Yeah, for sure. So I think Rahm might have been one of the most surprising ones. I thought he was going to play better than he did, and I think he had a terrible Sunday and just not a great tournament. What were your thoughts on that?
If he needs some advice on a putting contest, he ought to talk to Cam Smith, because that guy was a one putt machine for the closing round on Monday. That's what I think about it. I don't know. I don't know that it's. Rom said it right. I mean, I changed the putter, had some woes. I changed back. Are the stats appropriate and accurately responding to how I'm playing golf? And I mean, maybe as the number one player in the world. Yeah, I mean, I think you're expecting a little more out of him. I mean, he's been the highest priced guy at every tournament that he's entered, and I couldn't tell you how long it's been since I can remember. So yeah, I think I don't know that it's that we need to send a signal. I think he could be in jeopardy of losing or being unseated as the world number one if play doesn't turn around. I don't know when we'll see him next. Obviously, we won't see him this weekend. I would expect we'll see him one more time before the Masters. I think what's next week, the WGC maybe. And so I don't know. Maybe maybe the Masters is the next time we see him. I'm not sure, but I'll tell you who I was surprised. Well, first off, my DraftKings lineup, I think I got 2 through with
Ooh.
6 players. But yeah, talk about torpedoed, man. Wow, there were a lot of miscuts coming into this thing from a lot of elite players that were there. So I don't want to put Koepka, even though he's elite in his own mind. I'm talking about $10,000 and better, but I think Cantlay was still at 9,000, but Morikawa. Who else didn't make the cut? Spieth. That was probably a good call there. But yeah, I mean, I thought all in all a good tournament. I kind of like Monday golf. I could get into that. I mean, if they want to make that a thing, I'm sure they didn't like Monday golf in the situation that caused it to occur. But yeah,
I did extremely well in DraftKings this week. I had a couple lineups that just blew it out of the water, and one of which was the O lineup. So Victor O, Louis O, Shane Lowe, Max Ho. And then the 2 that didn't make the cut were Billy Ho and Gary Woodland. But yeah, I doubled my money on that one there. I had a really good lineup there. And then the other one that was even better than that was JT, Scheffler, Berger, Henley, Bradley, and then I had Gooch didn't make the cut. So yeah, I did really good in lineups this week.
Yeah, Keegan had a good showing. Was a little skeptical on what DJ we were going to get last weekend. He had a great showing. I think he shot the low round of the tournament on Monday.
Backdoor top 10,
the final round. Yeah, at 9 under. So yeah, some really fun stuff there. Thought it was a great tournament. Obviously, that tough, challenging golf course for the players. It is the Players Championship, so obviously the field is elite. But yeah, I was surprised to see some of the I guess the top 10. If as I would look back and kind of where I thought the top 10 was going to wind up, I would have gotten a lot of those wrong for sure. HB3, Doug Gim, Viktor Hovland, no surprise there. But yeah, I thought it was a really exciting tournament.
So what were your thoughts on, say, the round that JT had where, he went out there and he lit it up. He made no bogeys that day, but everybody got wiped out. My one and done, Collin Morikawa, just got wiped out. He hit the ball in the water twice on that day on 17. And it was a little bit unfair. I thought that the conditions probably should have been not playable and that they should have called it for that day and, done a different day or whatnot. But what were your thoughts? Should they have played that day or should they have called it that day?
So if I remember correctly, everybody didn't play that day, right?
Some played a lot more than others.
Yeah. So I guess that's the downside to that. But I think I don't want to say upside, but I think the decision that you got to make is, well, are we going to finish the tournament? And I think that's kind of what came into play is in order to finish the tournament, here's what we got to do. And I mean, JT kind of, JT left it. He didn't leave anything out there, right? I mean, he brought it all in, and yeah. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't have fared. We wouldn't. Can I include you in this one too? We wouldn't have fared well. We wouldn't have fared well in that situation, regardless of the weather. But weather, given what it was, I put down in the 30s probably. But I don't. I mean, is it any? I guess yes, it's different in that it wasn't the Open Championship, but I mean, they play in that kind of weather at the Open. I mean, they're out there in it. So obviously the courses are set up and designed a little differently, but I don't know. I know how Kevin Kisner feels about it.
Yeah, exactly. So I thought that was a little unfair. I mean, your guy, and hey, from the show perspective, I've got no leg to stand on because our guys were on pretty much in the same group kind of thing. And your guy did a lot better than mine. But yeah, so I don't know. It was a fun tournament. Did you get a chance to see the Berger and Viktor Hovland and Damon?
Bill Damon.
16, yeah, on Monday.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you, if you hit it in the hazard, I'm going to tell you where you can drop your ball the next time.
Ooh. Are you? I don't think it's fair.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's a bad drop. I don't care what anybody says.
Dan is definitely 90 yards ahead.
You're definitely getting a bad drop.
I thought I hold that one.
Well, so here's what I think about that. I mean, it's I think that it's cool, right? I mean, it's I don't know, what other sport do the players get to, I'll say, police themselves as far as the rules go, right? And they call a rules official over, and he basically kind of deferred back to the players and said, hey, you make your own decision. So I don't know. I thought it was good. Thought it was good for entertainment. I mean, I'd like to see more of that stuff. I think it was good interaction. You probably couldn't get two friendlier guys and Joel Damon and Viktor Hovland to have that conversation with. I mean, think about if it would have been Poulter or Miguel, which he wasn't playing. But I mean, I could name probably a half a dozen players that might have punched him at Keegan Bradley,
Miguel,
yeah. I mean, it could have definitely been a lot. Could have been more drama packed or drama filled than what it was. But no, I think the everyday fan or player, I think it's something that people like to see and they like to know that stuff. I mean, the way us commoners play golf. I mean, if we actually play by the rules, who knows? Who knows what our handicap would actually be? Not that we don't play by the rules, but when you're playing club golf, a little different than these guys out on tour. With the cameras and everything that can be seen. So I don't know. It's I mean, we see who won. So what I would argue is, was he? Was this an NBA skit in that he was trying to sell the foul? Or did the foul actually occur? I mean, obviously the penalty occurred because he hit it in the water. But I mean, it's something, as we're heading into March Madness, I mean, we're going to see plenty of actors on the court. And, was this Berger doing a little acting, trying to, I'm not saying to break the rules, but I'm saying maybe to bend the rules as much as possible. And again, we see where he dropped the ball. And ultimately, he's the one that has to sign the scorecard. So if he felt that strongly about it, I don't know why he dropped where he dropped.
I don't think you could have gotten a bunch of guys between Damon, Berger, and Hovland that are more genuine out there on the golf course. And it truly is an interesting story just because, one guy thinks it goes here and the other two guys have different vantage points and they think it goes here and here. And you bring up a good point in that golf's one of the only sports, though, where it's kind of like an honor system and kind of a self-police kind of thing, right? We see a lot of that stuff going on with players on the tour, and then some of the rules with that they're kind of like, hey, you know what? It's kind of an honor system. And how long is that going to last? I mean, you look at tennis, and it's all like that Hawkeye kind of stuff now, where it's almost like the referees are almost the umpires are almost irrelevant. And then you look at baseball, and they're testing out, more of a robot kind of thing, where the behind the plate umpire is irrelevant, and they're going to start going to where it's all automated, it's all robots or whatnot. And look at shot link and everything else from a shots gained perspective with golf. How far are we from that becoming more of a police than the current system?
Which is kind of scary, right? I mean, not to get away from golf or booze, but I watched the UT Vols play baseball. I don't know. They were in a tournament last weekend or a couple weekends ago, and literally, I mean, I'm watching this thing and I'm going like, damn. I mean, there are more replay reviews in this baseball game than I've ever seen in a football game. And to your point, right? I mean, when do you get away from the integrity of the game? And I mean, it's already slow enough. So I don't know how you can slow it down to that degree. I mean, I think that's where we see a lot of the penalties and things occur, after the fact, because you really can't stop pace of play to make that change. So.
Okay, well,
I don't know.
Go one step further. So if they have like the shot link and everything else going on out there, when are we going to get to a point where Berger walks up to where he hit the ball and there's already a mark where his drop is?
I think it's called the volunteers and the marshals that are out there. That's best as I could say. I think it's going to be quite some time again. But here you go. When they start wearing shorts, when they start wearing shorts during tournaments. Not practice rounds, not exhibitions, but when they start wearing shorts, and maybe that's when it happens. I don't know. If that's the case, maybe they'll cut it back to what was the match out in Vegas, 11 holes or
Brooksy,
right. I get it's like how much TV time do we have? We're going to cut it back to that many holes, given the given. Or, I mean, do they put him in a position where it's like, hey, you can challenge it, but if you're not right, it's a stroke penalty. I don't know how you police that. I don't know.
Yeah. All right. So going back to Cam Smith one real quick, watching the tournament, and I watched most every shot of it or whatnot. I saw a lot of guys on 18 do exactly what Cam Smith did on 18 when he, on Monday when he hit that ball into the water. And you would think he'd probably know better than that if he was keeping up, because there was a lot of guys. I think I saw, was it DJ that did it the week, like the day before or something like that? Somebody else did like the day before, did the exact same shot and it went right in the drink. And I'm like, good God. And he did the same thing.
I think the group playing, it may not have been the group right in front of him, but there was somebody that was playing ahead of him that did it that day, did the same thing, almost, I mean, kind of the exact same spot. So I don't know, hit more fairways, I guess. Although Cam said he didn't need to hit more fairways to win. He just one putts his way around the golf course.
Yeah, no, well, the one putt thing, okay, a lot of people have been talking about the one putt thing, right? You can't get to a one putt scenario if you're not really good on approach. Right.
No, I wouldn't disagree.
Okay, here, let me read you these stats from Rahm for the tournament here. For Rahm for the tournament, minus 1.66 shots gained on approach. He did gain 1.8 off the tee and minus 0.25 putting, minus 0.05 around the green. Overall, minus 0.16. So the biggest negative is then minus 1.66 on approach. Does that surprise you?
I thought you said it was negative 2.5 on putting.
No. For Rahm, it was negative 0.25 on putting.
Oh, sorry, I got you. Sure, it surprises me. Yeah, I mean, as good a ball striker as that guy is, absolutely it does.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Yeah, it's it is surprising. And I mean, are the golf courses going to get any easier than? I mean, yeah, there are going to be some less challenging courses for somebody like that. But I don't know. It's I mean, was it the weather? I mean, was he into it? Right? Was he just kind of out there trying to get it over with? I don't know, but yeah, it definitely surprises me from the number one player in the world and the ball striker that we've seen that what he can produce from a ball striking position.
Who do you think led the tournament in shot scan approach this week?
Dustin Johnson.
Russell Henley, 0.288. 2.88. And then who do you think was second?
What did he lose putting? Dustin Johnson.
Eric Van Rooyen.
That guy's got a great mustache. That may be the best mustache out there.
Cam Smith won. He led in putting this week. He led in putting and
off the tee, right? Number one off the tee.
Yep, no, no freaking way. Off the tee this week is Brendan Steele. John Rahm second. Wow, can you believe that? Man, wow. So that's crazy.
Great tournament though. Lots of crazy weather. I mean, obviously, this could be one of those where people chalk it up and say, yeah, I'm not going to be back there again. But it's the Players Championship. It's the biggest purse in the field. So I got a feeling they'll be back.
Very fun tournament. Kisner had a good tournament. Paul Casey, Lahiri, how do you say it?
Oh yeah, Lahiri. Yeah, man, talk about that guy. What, $2+ million for showing up this week? I mean, that's a pretty good payday. I mean, I don't, clearly a win would have cemented something there, but I mean that $2 million definitely makes the second place finish a little easier to walk away from there with. I would expect so. Good things to come from him, I would imagine.
So the other one that I would say is really on a upward trajectory is that HV3, man, the Pirate's been on fire lately, huh? My gosh. Yeah.
Looked really good. I wasn't necessarily expecting that out of him this week, but yeah, he was feeling it too, man. He was fun in his interviews. I forget the question that somebody asked him, but his comment was like, hell yeah. So his energy and everything that he was bringing. I did see I don't know if maybe he didn't pack warm clothes or something. I did see he scored himself a Players Championship pullover for one of the days it was chilly. Maybe Sunday, I guess.
I think the winner goes to who was it? Gary Woodland, right? What the hell was that?
he did. When I was a kid, one of those games that we used to, one of those fighter games, he looked like one of those guys coming out of that thing. So yeah, I think he was in disguise because he had missed the cut already, I believe, right? So I think he was showing up trying to hide from people. So
you drink anything today, Cal?
I'm keeping it kind of old school. I'm going with a little Buffalo Trace.
Oh, nice.
How about yourself?
I got some High West double rye there. Yeah.
Ooh, that's a great pour. I like that.
That's one of my favorites. Yep.
Getting on a little rye kick these days, are you?
We've been drinking a lot of bourbon lately, and I'm like, I need a little bit more of the rye. I don't know. I would say I have a favorite in terms of like one versus the other, and from a mash bill or whatnot, right? But it's good to mix it up, though. It's good to mix it up. What kind of run have you been on lately? What have you been doing? What have you been making from a cocktail perspective over the weekend?
Well, I've been drinking a lot of rye whiskey. I can tell you that. So that's kind of why I went bourbon tonight. A little 90 proofer BT, hard to go wrong with. And might as well refill my glass. What have I been drinking lately? I've been making a lot of paper planes. I've been doing just finished Mardi Gras, so I've been having a lot of not a lot, but I've been making some Vucari. I'm just a sucker. When I'm not drinking whiskey, it's hard for me to get away from a Negroni. Like when I've had a few, been through a tasting or something, I need something, a little different. Those Negronis, man, I'm a sucker for a Negroni, man. It's always Negroni time for me. Or if I want whiskey, then a Boulevardier. I'm sipping on those from time to time. So here's what I'm going to start doing, or what I'm going to get back into is I'm going to start getting back into some fizzes and a proper fizz with an egg white. So you got to work to make it, but I'm going to get back into some of those, and I'll be heading to Puerto Rico at the end of the month. So I'm going to stay away from rum until then, but we got some rum tastings coming up.
Nice. That's going to be a lot of. Are you going to have rum down in Puerto Rico? You're saying, or are they going to be on the show?
No. Well, we may have them on the show, but I'm going to have them in Puerto Rico. So I'll be sure to capture a lot of video while we're down there. So should be good.
Cool. And then we can get into it now and at the end. But how are you going to be celebrating St. Paddy's Day coming up?
So I'm going to have a flight of Redbreast, Irish whiskey. Yeah, I'm going to do.
How about some Connect 4?
Maybe. If you know a Connect 4 champion that I could challenge to a duel, maybe a little place in Manhattan that is known for that. There also could be a place that's not known for that in Manhattan, but allegedly I hear there's a world champion Connect 4 player that's a bartender. He told you not to use his name. How's he going to snooker people now? God, that is the best Connect 4 player that I've ever seen in my life. Mm-hmm. I mean, that dude would give you he'd give you three drops, and he could still beat you. No, he'd give you two. I'm sorry. He'd give you two drops.
He had a good short game.
He had a great short game. I don't think he could beat me if he gave me three. So
no, I think it was two.
Maybe I'll spring that one on him next time. As I want 3 drops.
3 drops.
Give me 3. Give me 3.
So Redbreast, a little flight.
I'm going to do a little flight of Redbreast and sample through those. Hard to beat. Plenty of great Irish whiskeys out there though, and so But I've been kind of holding on to these Redbreasts. So we'll see how these go down. So
we need to celebrate some more of that on the show this year. Some more Irish whiskeys. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I was about to say, how about from your Irish heritage? At least the 50% that's Irish and the other 50%, you're 100% Irish heritage. And then the 50% that's not. I don't know how anybody's DNA makes up 150%. Maybe you're superhuman. But what are you going to be into? You get a little corned beef and cabbage coming your way? Or what's happening?
First off, Cal, outside of this show, I always give 150%.
I'm definitely calling a penalty and telling you where you can drop your ball.
No, just a ton of I think I'm going to go some Guinness and some Jameson. Yeah, there you go. It's hard to deviate. Potatoes.
Oh yeah, some potatoes. Yeah, I don't blame you. Nothing wrong with that, man. That makes for a good Irish holiday. At least that's what my friend that's 100% Irish, except for the 50% that's German, tells me.
So where did we go, and where would you recommend people go in New York now for like an Irish kind of thing? Is it for like the corned beef and all? That's it, right? So where did we go? Where would you guys? I think the place we went to closed down, didn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Well, I mean, McSorley's, if it's still open, I mean, that's probably, that's like, I don't know if adjacent's the right way to describe it, because there's a street, and there's a line of buildings, but it's like right across the way from, I forget the name of the place where Paul worked at. Nevertheless.
Solus, I think, right?
Oh yeah. So yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So that's a good one. I'm trying to think of where else have we got. Tribeca Grill. Sure, they got a good corned beef special going on that day. While you're there, I don't think, as far as I can remember, I don't think, and you can call it a tourist trap if you want to. They make great sandwiches there. I'd go to the deli. Go to the deli and grab some lunch. Go to Cat, and grab some lunch there. You can probably split the Reuben. Yeah. Or the corned beef sandwich.
I think we used to go to Carnegie Deli, right? Carnegie Deli, and they shut down, right?
Yeah. Used to go to Carnegie a lot. I'm trying to think of what else that we've been up there that's really good. I'd definitely go to the library for a cocktail to start things off. That'd be a great way to kick off the evening. And I don't know. What about you?
I mean, you hit all of our spots, so I don't have anything else to add. I don't think. I'm trying. Was up there or anything, but I forgot where we had gone for the corned beef and all. But you hit them all. Yep. 100%.
Yeah. That's I mean, I do my eating in the daytime and do the drinking at night. I mean, I'd probably drink the whole time, but you don't want to fill up on the wrong stuff.
Hey, remind me next year. Do not bet on Brooks at the Players.
Woof. Okay. I thought we were heading to going to the Valspar. Brooks says he's going to the Valspar. I don't know. We'll talk about that when we get. We'll talk about that we'll talk about that when we get to the Valspar. You could tell he was not entertained. He was not entertained at all. He did have the blonde locks kind of rocking. Clearly, he's trying to grow those things out. But yeah, 17 hits it into the bulkhead, and he's just kind of shaking his head and throwing his hands up in the air. I bet it too. I was a sucker for it. I thought it was going to be something. Now, granted, I don't think anybody planned for, even though it looked like it was going to be raining that week, I don't think anybody planned for the weather that actually came in. So I don't know how else I would have played it if I would have known it was going to be that. I guess I would have played Shane Lowry and some other folks that typically play well in that kind of weather. But yeah, don't worry. I've already put Brooks down as your one and done for next year's Players Championship. Speaking of that, if you were to bet right now, your outright for 2023 Players, who would it be? Well, once Cameron Smith wins at Augusta, it's going to be Cam Smith. Okay. All right. It's going to be Cam Smith, world number one. And I think he finished second there last year, I believe.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I mean, not far-fetched, man. Not far-fetched at that could be. How about you?
For the Players next year?
No.
I was talking Players next year.
Oh, for the Players. Oh, no. Okay. No, sorry. I'm not going back to back for the Players. No, I thought you were saying Players.
If you're going to bet right now for next year's Players, who would it be?
I'm going to roll JT again, man. I'm rolling Justin Thomas again.
I'm going to be with you on that, just because he played so well that I think it took everything out of him to get through that round. And I think that's what happened to him. He kind of got caught in that tough conditions, and he plowed through it, and then he just had no energy left. But I think I'm with you on the JT. I think it's his spot, man. I think he can make some big noise there. I do. I'm with you on that.
I think it's a hard golf course. I think that I think he likes the field that's there with the competition. I think that even though it's hard, I think the layup kind of sets him up. So if for whatever reason he didn't play, I don't know what Bubba's got left in the tank,
Mm.
but man, that course really sets up well for him. Just with the nuances out there. So I don't know. I may lean a little Bubba on that one.
Interesting. Hey, okay. So let me ask you one more question. We can go to Valspar. So does John Rahm ever win a Players?
So John Rahm against the field
for infinity and beyond.
No, I'm with you, but I mean, don't you almost always? It's so I'm thinking blackjack right now, right? And the house always wins. I'm thinking it's if I'm betting on it, I don't think I'm betting that. I mean, does he have the talent? And
of course, we know
can he play the course and all?
Yeah.
Maybe not. Maybe not, man. I mean, that could be again. I mean, Lahiri and Bradley. Look at Hovland that played well. I mean, you got a lot of folks that kind of showed up this week. Look at HB3. Look at Hoagie. I mean, there's a lot of talent out there.
I lied. Who wins the Players first, Hovland or Rahm?
I'm going Hovland.
Ooh.
I'm going hobby. Going hobby.
Ouch.
Early lean to later chat in the show. So,
all right, take us to the Valspar.
We are wrapping up the Florida Swing, and I don't know. I don't want to call it the overshadowed tournament, but because there's been a hell of a lot of folks that have played here. I would say as of late, this is probably where a lot of folks are taking off. But we're heading to Innisbrook in Palm Beach, Florida, just outside of Tampa. They'll be playing the Copperhead course. And I would say all in all, I would say we had a really strong field. I would say we still would have, minus the winner of the Players Championship up until the 5-day extravaganza that was the Players Championship this year. So I'll talk a little bit about course, or I'll give you some course correlation. So I think Augusta's got a lot of correlation here for previous champions, and I'm trying to think of anything else. I think there's a lot of Pete Dye kind of correlation here. So think about we just came off of Sawgrass. Think about Harbor Town. I think there's going to be a little bit going on there from previous winners. So just over 7,300 yards. It's a par 71, 5 par 3s, 4 par 5s. And I think that this is going to play very similar to what we saw last week, except for one Cam Smith, which I guess is every round of golf and every golf course you play. But I think that fairways are going to be a premium here. I think fairways are going to be a premium, and that's going to lean towards and it's going to favor the ball strikers, right, as we come into this thing. So past winners, we got a back-to-back champion. They didn't play this in 2020. It was canceled due to COVID. If I can ever make it to our previous winners, Sam Burns won last year at 17 under. Gary Woodland's a previous winner here. I believe Bubba Watson's won here. And
Paul Casey.
Adam Hadwin, Charles Schwartzel in 2016. From a runner-up perspective, just to think about some of the long hitters versus not: Keegan Bradley, Louis Oosthuizen, Jason Kokrak, Tiger Woods, Patrick Reed, Patrick Cantlay, Bill Haas. So yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be a fun tournament. We do have a couple early WDs. So Casey's out for sure, 2-time back-to-back champion. Munoz is out. Gim's out as of now. Wouldn't surprise me to see a few more players pull out of this one. So just to be aware, you're hearing this on Tuesday. Just be aware of your lineups as you enter them for Thursday's opening round. So Dan, let's, I don't know anything else to add about the course. I mean, it's going to be fun. I mean, they're heading to the snake pit. So again, just like we saw the bear trap, it's going to be similar setup. It's going to be hard. I would say water doesn't necessarily come into play here, other than If you miss the fairways and you miss the fairways like Cam Smith was missing fairways on the final round on Monday, I think it's going to be harder to get out of. It's going to be more challenging to get your ball back into play and be able to score. And I think for the long hitters on the par threes, I think all the 5 par threes are over 200 yards or thereabouts. And then you've got 4 par fives for some of the long hitters that can take advantage of those, or the folks that can hit fairways and who are striking the ball good.
No, nothing else to add, man. I think you did a great job with that. I'm looking forward to it. I think this is going to be a fun way to wrap up this Florida swing. Hopefully we get good weather.
Great way.
We get good weather, please. Come on.
So they're on the Gulf side, right? I don't know that we're going to see the amount of rain that we saw. They may get a little wind coming in off the Gulf, but I don't think it'll be anything like we saw last week. So that's I shouldn't say I don't. I mean, how many playoffs have we already seen this season? But I don't expect we'll have a Monday finishing round for this golf tournament.
Cal, I told you. I saw this on Twitter. I told you we should be playing in the desert.
They should be playing in the desert. Yeah. Why not? No, that's should be a great field of players. So before we get into the players, do you think what impacted last week, and be it that it was, extra days, it was, physically, mentally, however you want to frame it up, what impact do you think the Monday finish is going to have on the folks that are actually going to show up to the tournament?
A little tired, but not a major impact, I don't think. I mean, they got some rest over the weekend, right? They basically took was it Friday off or Saturday off? So yeah, it's Friday off, right? I think it was. So yeah, no, they're not gonna. I mean, they're fine. They're fine. No jet lag, anything like that. So yeah.
Yeah, I think that they're showing up to the tournament. I think they're ready. I think the folks, Casey, who Billy Ho withdrew from the, he said he was, he's resting up for Augusta, I'm sure.
Yeah.
We may see him at the Dell actually, but but why put yourself through that if you don't have to? And I don't know that he was in contention to win anyway. So
Cal, if you were going to go foolproof rye, national carrier, if you will, what would you go for? That you can buy at a store. Anybody can get at a store.
Yeah, sure. I would probably go to. Boy, you know how to put a guy on the spot, don't you? Well, so I think there's a few ways I would go. So I think rare breed rye would be a direction I would go. I mean, obviously there's some other folks that that you wouldn't be able to get anywhere. That High West double rye, man, I think is a fantastic pour.
Pikesville.
God, that's a tough one to be. Yeah, Pikesville's really good. I mean, if you wanted to go, if you wanted to go budget, I mean, I could do an Overholt bonded. I mean, that's a really good pour. Holds up good neat and great in a cocktail. I'll probably go that one. I mean, it's budget friendly, and you should be able to get it almost anywhere.
Okay, cool. Back to you.
Yeah, Pikesville's good too. I can't argue with that. I drink it as fast as I get it, so I don't ever have any around.
That's the story of a good whiskey right there.
All right, so Dan, the elite players at $10,000 and better. I don't know. I'll let you start us off, man. It's anybody surprise you at boy, I bet Viktor Hovland's pissed. Anybody surprise you in the elite field of players at $10,000 and better? And where are you going?
Nobody surprised me this week in the $10,000 range. I mean, you got JT kicking it off at $11,000, and you go Viktor Hovland at 10.8, Collin Morikawa at 10.7, Xander at 10.3. I guess it's a little surprising, and then DJ at 10.2, and that's it. So you only got a couple players up there before you get to 9,000 with Louis O starting there. Nobody really surprised me here. I guess I would say if only one person did, but if you look at his last couple of rounds, our last couple of tournaments, it's not been bad. So, Xander's kind of getting sneaky good on us. So he missed the cut last week at the Players, but he was in one of those groups that had a really rough time on some of that weather. Before that, though, the Genesis T13, Phoenix T3, Farmers T34, Century E12. So, I mean, as much as we like to pick on Xander as not being like the closer or whatnot, he's showing some good rounds there. What do you think?
By the way, thanks to our friends at fantasynational.com for sharing their insights with us and us being able to pretty much make money every week. So we're looking at the last 24 rounds for the Valspar DraftKings pricing. And yeah, I mean, I don't know that I'm going to go Xander this week. I think I'm going to spend a little bit more money, and I'm going to get up to our friend that finished T9 last week. But I mean, this course should set up well for Xander. I mean, obviously coming into this tournament, I mean, his recent form outside of the Players, and given what happened there, okay. And as far as tournament results go, I don't know that Xander's played here before at the Valspar. I think this may be his. I think this may be his first outing. So,
well, that's going to be interesting.
It should be interesting. I'm going to start my lineup and probably multiple. So first off, I don't think you can go wrong. I don't know. DJ finished T9 last week. Maybe I'm starting with Viktor Hovland. Again, recent form, T9, T2, T4. You mentioned the miscut that he had at the Phoenix, but I kind of like where he's at on the swing and what's happening here. Viktor Hovland also finished T3 here last year, which was his first showing. So, yeah, I'm starting at $10,800 at Viktor Hovland. Wouldn't surprise me to see JT win this thing, though. T13 in 21 and T18 in 16. So, but Viktor Hovland's got my money. Morikawa hadn't played here, and the X-Man hadn't played here.
Yeah, I mean, my favorites would be the top three, which is, hey, it's surprising Dan's taking some chalk here or whatnot. But I mean, they've just been playing outstanding with JT, Viktor, and Collin. You can't go wrong there. Xander is great. We just talked about him doing great things out there. And then DJ's kind of showing some signs of life here. Tour Championship A, T45 at the CJ, Farmers T25. Those were all last year, but T9 last week, a backdoor at that. It was wet. I kind of thought maybe he was going to do better than he did. I thought, hey, here goes DJ, Augusta 2020. But I think he's starting to show some signs of life there. What do you think?
I think it's not funny, but I think it's interesting that DJ and JT are calling borderline, as of today, the same own percentage. And we know what we've seen out of JT, and I don't think that we've gotten the same results we haven't seen the same results out of DJ. I mean, obviously we know what kind of golfer he is, but yeah. I mean, if you want to take the if you want to be the odd man out here, I mean, you got to go Xander.
Yeah, and I think he could do well here. I think he could. Yeah, that miscut last week means nothing to me with that wind and everything that was going on.
No, I think you got to chalk and I don't know. It's kind of. I don't know. It's not bad to say, but I think you got to look at last week and be like, hey, if you played well, you played well. And, maybe depending on the draw, right? AM, PM. I mean, maybe you wound up, or you showed up like JT did and you just knocked it out. But, again, I mean, after that one, just knockout round, I mean, T33 was the finish. And then you got Viktor Hovland at T9. So, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, my play in the 10,000 and better range is Viktor Hovland for sure.
Okay, all right, $9,000.
$9,000. So defending champion Sam Burns. I think Sam is probably. By the way, Paul Casey is a WD for this week. Finished third last week. I'm going to go with my fade first. I got two, and Sam Burns and Brooks Koepka. I saw little to no interest out of Koepka last week. I think the reason I think it was weather related, and I think it's like, why do I need to be out here playing in this shit? So I think that's an easy fade for me and Brooks Koepka. I'd go ahead and put him as your one and done, Dan. He's probably going to win. I think my next guy is Sam Burns, and T26 at the Players, T9 at the API. Overall, I mean, the strokes gain numbers look good off the tee. He's ranked 70th, looking at the past 24 rounds on Fantasy National. And, I think if he gets himself into trouble, then I don't know what we're going to, I mean, is he going to be able to show off, his gains in ball striking. So I think that's my fade. My play here, I don't know, man. I got a lot of plays. I pretty much like everybody else. I think where I'm going to have to go though is I think I got to go Jason Kokrak, man, with just his tournament history here.
Yeah,
and I mean that's to your point. I'm probably gonna eat a lot of chalk on this one, but tournament history: T13, T2, T8, T58. T53 last week, T26, T26, T17, 38. So, recent form, he's making cuts, and he's got a great track record here. So I think Kokrak's my guy here.
Yeah, Kokrak I didn't know you were going to say that, but I was right there with you. I was going to say him as my go-to is first here as well. I don't know if you had the round by round last week, but I'm sure he got caught in that same kind of thing, because I saw him on TV and he was kind of doing well there for a while. And then T53 finished not great, but I think he got caught in that whole, weather thing or whatnot. But that's where I was going to start as well. I don't think you can count out Tommy Fleetwood here. I mean, he's starting to show signs of life. T22 last week, T20 at the Arnold Palmer, cut at the Honda. Off the tee 38th, on approach 102, around the green 41st, and putting 52. 4.9 Cal, 4.9% projected ownership, $9,100, model rank 50. But I think we're going to see a different Tommy Fleetwood this year.
I mean, he looked good he looked good at the Players Championship, that's for sure. So I wouldn't steer away from him. I think it's his first time at this tournament, so not to say that that's good or a bad thing. I mean, it's played good last week in all the weather that happened. If I have to go to $9,100, maybe. Hopefully, I can go to $9,300 and play Abe Answer. We'd be remiss if we didn't talk about Louis Oosthuizen and just turn track record here right down the street from his house at T8, T2, T16, and T7. So 3 of his last 4 tournaments have been 10th or better, and his 2018 was T16. So I don't know that Louis is going to be the highest owned player here, but he very well could be, and could be deserving. Right. So he could get it done. Was he 42nd at the Players? But I don't know. T2 Louis, man, that could be something to that.
Yeah, I agree with you. I was looking at that tournament history and I said, this guy, him and Kokrak both. I'm like, $9,000 range. Those are my 2 guys to start with, him and Kokrak, all day long. But I would not be surprised if Fleetwood. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good picks down here. It all depends on what you have left. I don't think I'm going to start here. I think I'm gonna start a little bit lower and make my picks down there. I'm gonna come back up here and see what's available and make my pick from there. And we're gonna do that. We're gonna do that here in a little bit too.
All right, $8,000 range. Dan, you take off.
Well, starts with Jason Day at $8,900, and then it goes all the way down to Cameron Tringali at $8,000. I mean, if you're looking for favorites here, I mean, you got some guys that played really well last week down here. You got Russell Knox that was T6 last week. Kevin Kisner was 4th last week. We haven't seen Webb Simpson in a while. I'm probably going to start with Keegan Bradley, 5th last week, off the tee 3rd, on approach 9th, on around the green 24th, putting 117th, model rank 3, 17.7% projected ownership. That's a lot. Okay, it's a lot, but he's my favorite here. Who's yours?
Yeah, if you can hit the ball like that, who cares if you can putt or not? I mean, Keegan's known for that, and he did finish 2nd here last year. So I think there's something to be said there. So he missed the cut last week, and he's missed 3 cuts here. But I think he's playing. I think we're going to see something a little different out of the guy. Maybe we won't. I got to go Gary Woodland, man.
Oh,
I think we're going to have low ownership percentage. He's 10%, so it's not extremely low. But if he can get off the tee, he was T5 at Arnold Palmer, T5 at the Honda. We're still going to be putting on Bermuda overseeded, so it's going to be kind of POA-esque greens. And I think I'm going to kind of ride the Woodland train a little bit. I mean, Keegan's going to be heavy chalk. Webb Simpson, I don't know where we're at there yet. So I think I'm going to take a little, along with 10% of the other projected ownership, and take a chance on Gary Woodland. A couple of other guys, Alex Noren. I think you can't really ignore him.
Nope.
At $8,700 projected right now at 15% ownership, T26, T5, T48, T6, T39 in his last 5 starts. So probably something to be said for Noren. He was T21 here last year. Harold Varner, he's made 2 out of the 4 cuts that he's played here. I don't know, maybe. Kisner's T24 and 19, missed a cut last year. And Cameron Tringali, he's missed 3 of his last 4 cuts here, but T3 last year. And as far as recent form goes, Tringali he's model rank 61, missed 3 of his last 5 cuts. So yeah, probably. I don't know if Tringali is. No, excuse me. I don't know if Hadwin. He is a previous winner, so we'll see where that gets to.
You're getting to the next range there. So Adam Hadwin at $7,900.
Oh yeah, sorry, 7,900. Well, I'm definitely going Hadwin then. Come on, previous winner. Give me a break.
All the way down to closing out the $7,000 range. We've got Mount Kuchar and Brendan Grace, Stuart Sink, a couple other guys down there. In this range here, Cal, it's interesting. You got Mito at model rank 24th at $7,200. You got Svensson, who's been playing really well, right? 63 rank, only 7% projected ownership. I think I'm probably going to start. I like. Get back up to the top here. You were talking about Hadwin a minute ago. I mean, you can't ignore Hadwin here, right? I mean, and I was also looking at Molinari. I mean, I think he's showing some good trajectory, don't you think?
I do think so. I think he's looked good as of late. By the way, Sebastian Munoz and Doug Gim, I think I mentioned it earlier, WDs for this week. So be on the lookout. A couple of folks that I'm going to lean towards. Aaron Wise, T50, T17 in the past 2 outings. He did miss the cut at the Honda. Is ranked 31st in the model. Brian Harmon. Maybe I can get somewhere that 3% owned, $7,600. I mean, I could see this being a play for Harmon. And I think Molinari around the green is it's his highest ranked category, but at 3%, maybe. Another guy that might, maybe your boy, North Carolina guy.
Oh yeah,
Doc Redman. I mean, he had a good showing last week, so that could be a little bit of a lean too.
Yeah, he's been showing some good trajectory as well. T26 last week, missed the cut at Honda, T61 at the Genesis, T33 at the Pebble, T25 at Farmers. He was really kind of on the schneid there for a while, but this is back to where we saw him a couple of years ago. So I do like him here. He's a hell of a ball striker.
You know who's on Svensson's bag, by the way? I think it's, I guess, permanent, semi-permanent. I don't know, but do you know what player's on Svensson's bag? Or I'm sorry, what caddy's on Svensson's bag?
I don't know. No.
Tim Tucker. It's Bryson DeChambeau's old caddy. Yeah. So that could be a little good little pairing there, and seeing how they come out. He missed the cut at the API, but T9 at Honda, T49 at Pebble Beach. So I don't know. Maybe they're going to start putting something together there. Just another call out at 7,200, Patton Kazire, who ranks 8th in the model. He's 7th on approach, 29th in putting, T22 at the Players, T32 at the API. So Florida Swing is treating him pretty good. So that could be somebody to get to. But I like the other guys you called out, Mito.
Yep.
Joel Damon, maybe.
Yep.
Yeah. So lots of some good stuff going on down there.
Yep. All right, $6,000 range. You take it.
I don't know where to go here. Pat Perez maybe ranks 33rd in the model, T33 at the Players, T42 at the API. So clearly there's something going on in Florida that he likes. Adam
Long, maybe.
Yeah. Is Brendan Grace down here, or is he in the $7,000 range?
He was right at $7,000.
It's right at 7. Yeah, it's going to be JT. Scratch that one. I was thinking JT Poston, Charles Schwartzel, previous winner, but no, we got a lot of miscuts coming into. Did see a little bit out of Kramer Hickok.
Yep, 100%.
This comes in ranked 34th in the model, T42 at the Players. Miscut at the Genesis. Yeah, I mean, if I'm digging deep down here, where I might go is so here's a guy that we got a lot of miscuts, but he finished solo second at Puerto Rico in Max Mcgreevy. He does rank 102nd in the model. However, he's less than 1% owned, $6,300. So if I'm going down here and I'm taking a gamble, maybe I'm going to go with Mcgreevy, probably a name somebody hasn't heard in a while or ever.
Jimmy Walker down there.
I do see Jimmy Walker at 105. He did make the weekend at the Players, but that's one of those kind of head scratchers, right? It's like, that.
He's been showing some signs of life lately. He's been showing some good stuff
for sure. Yeah. Bill Haas.
Bryce Barnett.
Yeah, Bill Haas, T41 at Puerto Rico, T25 at Honda. So maybe there's some direction there you could lean. Troy Merritt, T46 at the Players, T74 at Honor Palmer. So yeah, I think.
So who down here in the $6,000 range plays this place well?
Well, let's take a look. I'm just talking tournament history, right?
Yep.
So,
that's it. Yep.
Charles Schwartzel, obviously, T21 last year, missed the cut in 19, T49, 6th and 1st. Luke Donald, T54, T9, T64, T22. Bill Haas, he didn't play in 21, but T13 and 19, T49, T41, and 2nd. Henrik Stenson, by the way, didn't even mention the guy. He'll be the European Ryder Cup. He just got named as the captain for the upcoming Ryder Cup team at T63, T24, T7, T11. Graham McDowell, we've seen a little pop from him. Missed the cut in 21, T46, T40, T14. See if anybody else kind of sticks out. Zach Johnson, maybe T29, T24, T16. Would that be fun to have a rider? Never mind, I jumped ahead on you. No, he's 6,900. So yeah, from tournament history, Hank Lebiota, T13 in 21, T46 in 19. So yeah, there's a few. I mean, if you want to look at course history, I mean, that may be some direction. I mean, based on just tournament history, I should say. I think I would probably lean still Hickok.
Yep.
T57, T46. I may get on a little bit of Luke Donald. I would expect he's not going to have a lot of ownership here. Danny Lee, T21, T54, T22. So yeah, Bill Haas, maybe.
Let's do a lineup.
Old school. All right. So for our lineup,
you pick first.
I knew you were going to do that. Okay, so for our lineup, I'm picking first. I appreciate that greatly. Swear I'm getting there. Okay, so for our first player, I'm going to go for the Paul Casey.
Paul, exactly.
Yeah,
twice. Take it twice.
I think I want to go Kokrak. I know it's
right.
going to be but I think we've got potential with Kokrak. You want to pick the second one, or you want me to pick two?
I got Bradley.
That's a good pick.
Up to you. Back to you.
I'm gonna go. Woodland.
All right. To me. Saucepan or Redmond or other?
I'm gonna say Redmond.
Let's go Redmond. All right, back to you.
We get 16,500 left. All right, so I'm gonna be a pig about it, and let's see, 10,000. I want to go Answer.
Okay. All right.
$7,200 left. I like the top four set. Yeah. All right. Good.
Yeah, Spencer. Yeah. Spencer. Yeah.
Yeah. Good to
He's
go.
been doing right. He's been doing great. Yeah. All right. Good one. That's a good one.
Tim Tucker on the bag for crying out loud.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah.
All right. So
who has Bubba's old caddy on the bag now?
Ooh. I don't know. That's a challenge.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Is it Scheffler? I think it's Scheffler. Pretty sure it was Scheffler. Yeah, it's Scheffler. Yep.
Yeah, Scotty Scheffler. Yeah.
Ted Scott.
Which you did not put him in the lineup, by the way.
Ted Scott or Scotty Scheffler?
Either one. We didn't get either one of them. Unless Ted Scott's picking up around this week somewhere. Picking up another bag.
Exactly. No, that's key though. Like for him to be able to pick him up and be able to run like that. Holy cow! Yeah, that's good stuff, man.
All right, so I'm going to pass the one and done to you, Dan, because and I feel like I need to because after I feel like I would expect a lot of people were disappointed in Morikawa's performance last week. That's a big price tag for a miscut. It's a huge price tag for a miscut.
Huge bigly.
Huge. It's bigly. It's bigly for a miscut out of Collin Morikawa. It's big.
You know what the sad part, Cal, is? Here's the sad part. I've gotten $0 out of Collin Morikawa and Jon Rahm, and I'm still winning.
Are you still winning?
I don't think like 50K. Like 50K. It's negative. It's negative.
Give us number. Give us numbers. What's the numbers?
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. Totals? So my total right now. It's neck and neck. Yeah. It's anybody's ball game. Oh,
I don't know if you.
I broke up a little bit. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So it is. I'm at 2.38. You're at 2.33.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You've used Rahm already.
Rahm and Morikawa. I got 0.
Morikawa. Let's see. I haven't used Jon Rahm and I haven't used Collin Morikawa. So that's a pretty good. I feel like that's a good run right there. That I got those two guys left. That I can still get something out of them. I've had some disappointments though. I've had a few disappointments of folks that I thought would really play well at some tournaments.
I would say JT was a disappointment. I thought JT when he had that Saturday, whatever day, I can't remember what day it was. Whenever he had that day, I was going to win.
Well, and I played him in a couple other one and done too, and I was like, well, man, this is going to be a heyday for me. We're bringing it home, baby. And too many selfies with the dog, I guess. Got him made him soft. Yeah. So where are you heading this week? You go ahead. I may have to change mine. I don't know who you're going to pick.
Mr. Florida. I'm going Keegan Bradley.
Going Keegs, are you? Okay. Mm-hmm. I think that's again second last year. He had a good run last week, and I think that's a good play. I'm going to take the hot hand of one hobby. Give me Viktor Hovland.
Rory Jr.
I think that's I think that might pay off, man. He's had a great Florida swing thus far, and I feel like he's going to close it out. And I mean, what a great way prepping up for Augusta to come in here, get a victory, and just take the next few weeks off. What are we, like 28 days or 26 days or something from Augusta? So take the rest of it. Go refresh, go refill everything, and be prepared to come back and win a green jacket. So I'm thinking Hovland's going to get it done down here, man. He's young enough. He's ball striking it good enough. Better than most, I say.
Better than most.
So we'll see where he gets to.
I would throw that one up there as one of my most disappointments from last week as well, was your boy, Scotty. I thought Scotty was going to do better than that, man.
Oh, Adam Scott?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he's already he's already a Hall of Famer, right? You got a TPC, you got a Masters jacket, I think he should be qualified already. So
I know. So I just thought he was going to do better last week. Yeah.
No, I did too. He usually plays really well there. So, but yeah. All right, so send us out of here. What do you update us on? What do we need to watch? Anything while we can't watch golf this week, or if we got some downtime? What are you checking out?
That Winning Time thing on HBO with John C. Reilly. That thing is good. I like that. It's fun. You like it?
The bus. Oh yeah. The bus.
Yeah.
It's I wouldn't say I'm not a big history guy. I'm not necessarily, growing up on the East Coast, I obviously knew the Lakers and Celtics, the whole, Magic and Bird thing. It was a thing everywhere, no matter where you were.
Yeah.
But I had no idea Jerry West was such a dick. Maybe I missed that. But like that guy, not personally. I'm just saying, like, as he's portrayed in the show, right? He's breaking stuff, and it's very interesting. That grudge that he held on his shoulder for all those years. I don't know. Maybe could have gone left with him. Maybe he never got rid of it. But but it looks like it's going to be a fun show.
It's going to be a fun show for sure. I'm enjoying that one. What about you? Anything else?
Same thing, man. I've been watching, I think there's a couple episodes out. So yeah, I'm catching up on that. And, no, I don't know if I've been really watching anything else. So,
I'm ready for Better Call Saul. I think that one's coming out pretty soon. I'm looking forward to that. That's like, yeah, I
got to catch up. I got to go back and watch. It lost me somewhere along the way. So I got to go and catch up on that one.
Just watch the last season at least. It kind of starts building into it, and then it started slow, but just watch the last season to be all right. Yeah, it's good.
What Winning Time? It did not start slow.
No, it did not start.
It did not start slow. They get right into the thick of things. It's it's like Boogie Nights. With a basketball theme.
That's a good way of putting it. That's a good way of putting it. Yeah.
It's like when I think about Yellowstone, I think about The Sopranos with a cowboy theme. When I think about Winning Time, it's Boogie Nights, but it's baseball oriented.
Basketball. Yep.
Oh, I'll tell you what. You know what I did start watching the other day, which I thought was really good. If you're a music person, I think you got it. You don't have to watch it. It's pretty rank. But if you were a hairband person, Pam and Tommy, holy shit. That's a good one, man. Yeah, it's pretty. I haven't made it through the whole thing, but I'm watching, episodes here and there. And it's if you're a fan, if you like Motley Crue at all, it's more kind of the dramatized story about them too. It's not necessarily, but it does give a lot of insight to Tommy Lee and kind of the character that guy was. So yeah, pretty interesting.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Pretty
All right.
interesting.
Well, we're going to Florida for the Valspar.
We'll end the West Coast swing. Until next time. Cheers.
Cheers.